What's up, guys? It's your boy, Salty Scooter, back at it again, and this time we're gonna come in with the Salty Scooter tier list. So, I know there's been a lot of updates and seasons be changing around a lot, so I'm here to set the record straight, just to get the universe of the Salty Scooters here in line, to see what's poppin', what's on top of the tier list, what's meta right now, and what's kind of like falling down and what's good, gonna be viable, and also the next seasons to come. So we're starting off with Timbo, and Timbo, he's a complicated pick, you might say, because sometimes he has his off games, sometimes he has his on games. Sometimes he cracks the good jokes, sometimes his jokes are just a little too retarded. But I gotta say, throughout the years, since season 1 up to season 12 now already, he's just been kind of like a solid pick, and I think not gonna change much around him. I think he's always gonna be a solid pick, so I'm gonna have to say put him in A tier. Can't really go wrong with Tim. Just always solid there, and never really lets you down. Coming in, we have the OG Lucas, aka Jojo. And same here, he's been in so many games that sometimes he has his moments and sometimes he just like totally dips down. Sometimes, he makes the good jokes, the haha funny videos, and sometimes it's just like dog shit trash content. I gotta say he rips a lot off of other content, and alone for that reason, I want to have him to put him in B tier. I'm sorry, but it's just not cutting anymore. He used to probably be in S tier, but he just kind of like dipped down since he went on his trip, and things has changed. Luke has changed, man. He left his anime phase and shit like that behind, and the quality has just decreased over time. So like at least for this meta, he's in B tier. After that, we got the man himself, the weed smoker, aka Sammy Boy. And Sammy Boy, sadly enough, like he used to be really, really strong, but after that nerf where they just like left school and he just got addicted to weed, he's just like always just been the same dog shit character. He has his moments where he just like carries, but I gotta say, gotta be a C for me, man. He has his moments, but it's just not enough to be played on a competitive level. Oh, the next one is really, really fucking sad because this guy used to be top tier. He used to be S plus. Used to be all the way up there. The man himself, Patlik. But same as with Sam is that he just got a bunch of nerfs. He got the fashion nerf, which just put him all the way down. He got the gaming nerf, where he just like stopped playing games. He got the get the fuck out of my class and wiederhol nerf. And just all of these nerfs just put him from the S plus all the way down to F tier. I'm sorry to say that I don't think he's coming back. I think he's stuck in the hole. I think Hyra's forgot about him, and he's just stuck down there. It must be a miracle if he ever makes a comeback. Josh himself, the mastermind behind like everything in this universe, the one who always makes the plays, the one who always motivates his team. I would put him in S plus, but sometimes he does have his goofy moments, so I'm gonna have to put him in S. But he's basically just like the mastermind behind everything. You can always kind of count on him. Even when the motivation is low, he's gonna bring that motivation up. If the funniness is low, he's gonna bring that funniness up. If the communication is bad, he's gonna bring the communication up. He's just always there just to make everything better. He's just always gonna be a top tick unless some ultra nerfs come. But even to the Josh, du hast dich krass verändert, even through those nerfs, he still manages to be on top. This next one is a very, very strong pick, Dunyar. Dunyar, he's been a come and go character where, he doesn't get to, you don't really see him that much in, the SBL and the Pro Leagues and everything. But every single time he does make an entrance, he actually always pulls through. I don't think, like, you have to be the right person to play him, but if you can play him, he's definitely up there. So, definitely a solid pick. You just have to know how to play him. He's not noob friendly. You need a very, very high tier to understand him and just to get all the dynamics down and all the gameplay aspects of his character down. But if you can play him, like, goddamn, he's a good pick. We got the GGG here himself, the mastermind, the big brain political five head political gamer, Destiny himself. He does love black people, and for that reason, I'm gonna have to put him in depending on which side of the spectrum you can put him in S plus because he's just so high tier, but he just doesn't. It's hard, but he does love black people, but he does have a girl's name. I think the mixture between both, I'm gonna put him in B plus, in B tier, but it's like a B plus. So I'm gonna put him in front of Lucas. We got the AC/DC fan, smoker, fanboy, everything, all the attributes you can put onto a person. He is this guy right here. We got the Nicholas boy. Gotta say, he is a pretty solid pick. You can't really go wrong with him. If you want to have a fun time, just pick him in your team comp, and things would be going pretty well, you know. If you're doing like a kind of like I choose you Pokemon gameplay, not bad. If you're choosing a Mario Kart gameplay, I'd rather go for Lucas in that sense, you know. So it's hard, either A tier or B tier. I think I think I'd categorize him on the same level as Lucas because I think these two are like interchangeable if you want either one. But Lucas does sometimes bring the better ideas and everything like that, and he does. But Lucas is also broke, never buys me Duna. It's hard. It's hard. I gotta put him. I'll put him right next to Lucas, right here. It's like about the same level. About we got the God Gamer himself, Long. See, this time I didn't make an Asian joke. So I got Shroudy Rowdy here as Long. If you put him in your team cob, sheesh, man. I think it'd definitely be up there. I would put him in S plus, but he's just too weird, you know. But he does make the nice pizza sometimes. Like if you go over to his house, he's gonna get you like some nice baked pizza rolls, whatever they're called. And you know, he's just a good Gastgeber. Definitely S plus. Sorry, S. Is he up with Dunyar? Better than Dunyar? Hard to say. But the jokes sometimes do lack with him, so I have to put him under Dunyar. Maybe even an A tier if I'm thinking about it, because he does deliver, but he also doesn't deliver, if you know what I mean. So I think I'm just gonna put him with S. Uh, mm, the thing is, like, he would be S tier, but he would maybe even be S plus, but he just doesn't show up enough. He just doesn't show up, but he's a very good, gracious guy, so I'm gonna put him on A, right above Tim, like nearly on the line of S, just not quite the way. This guy instant S plus, Indigo all the way. He does. If you put him in your team help, you're just gonna win instantly for emotional support, for the sportive support, just for the food, everything, man, for the drinks, for the laughs, for the giggles. This guy is just up there, Indigo all the way. Yeah, yee, see. Okay, who do we have? We have the normie himself, Xander. Not much to say. He's just normie, you know. Moving on, we got the cougher himself, the bronchitis, the germanistic, the weirdo who studies a weird subject. Not much you can do with him. He's a pretty solid B tier. I would put him in A tier, but he's just not consistent, you know. He's like consistently bad, if you know what I'm saying. But he is consistent, so at least that speaks for him. I have to do have to put him above Lucas and Hannes just because of the consistency. These guys are just too inconsistent, and this guy's is consistently consistent. You know what I'm trying to say. This guy. You know, I would put this guy higher because you know he does live truly in my heart. But my man, he just doesn't pay his debts, and because he doesn't pay his debts, he doesn't do what's asked. He doesn't have principles. He's not a moral human being. I just can't put him any higher than he actually is. Ist einfach nicht korrekt, Digga. So I'm gonna have to put him in F tier next to Patrick. You know, but Lars, let's see. He might get boosted up, you know, depending on what kind of videos he puts out here in the next future, in the near future. But he just doesn't. He's let me down too many times. He's just not playable enough. He's just not. You can't really put him in team comp and make it work. It's just gonna be too hard. So I mean, some people can make it work, but very rarely. I gotta put him down to F tier. Hoovy is a solid pick. Can't really go wrong with him. I might even put him in S tier because he's just. I put him in S tier because, man, if you pick this guy, he has great damage, he has great health, he eats like a motherfucker. He eats even more than this motherfucker, Timbo, right here. He's cute as heck and pretty guaranteed to make everybody laugh. Good time, just S tier all around. Let's see if he gets any nerfs, but for the past 2 seasons, 3 seasons maybe, he's just always putting out the content, and he's always kind of like been there, and is like kind of like making, he kind of like dictates where the game goes. So definitely an S tier. This guy S plus, Stabbing Lizard, on top of his game. If you have him team comp, he might be the biggest ego, and he might feed his brains out sometimes, but even no, he never feeds. He just always gets kills. He just always does his thing. He might be the biggest asshole that you ever meet, but sheesh man, it's just an insta win, you know. So definitely S plus. Philip, yeah, A tier. Can't really say much about him. He's very reliable, always there to make a good time. He's a very good gas giver, just like Longy Bobongi right here. Has some great ideas sometimes. Was pretty consistent throughout the years, hasn't really changed much, and gotta say A for effort, you know? We got Kanye's biggest hater right here, Marcello. Uh, I really would want to put him like A or B tier, but I don't think I've seen a single person play this guy in the last like 6 years, and because we don't see like enough of him, it's gotta put him down to C tier, maybe above the normie, but yeah, pretty all around. Just don't really see much of the gameplay of this guy, and he didn't really show up, even though we totally asked him to show up, you know. And then we got the man himself, DM Brandon, the Smite God. It's really sad what happened to him. You know, he used to be S plus all the way up there with the good content, and he used to make everybody laugh. But just dipped down, you know, some sexual assault allegations, some bad haircuts, one too many rage compilations, and he just got hella nerfed. Like that sexual assault nerf, it just really bunked him all the way down. I do gotta say I would prefer him over my man H, but cause you know is what it is, you know, and I'd rather have him in my team than this guy. All right, that's it for the Salty Scooter Squad. Tune back for the next video and happy December. Yeah, yeet. Salty Scooter out. Fade in the hole, fade in the hole, fade in the hole, fade in the hole, fade in the hole.